Hello, today we have to repair this part of a wall of a washroom. Eventually we have to take care of all of the deficiencies on the wood and the walls of this washroom. This is a vintage house, Macklin House, located at Sunnybrook Hospital Properties. And if you take a look here, you can find the old drywall and structure behind the walls. This is a very old house, let's say about 100 years. And first we took off the rest of drywalls, damaged drywalls behind that, behind the vanity. There was a vanity installed here. And I took out all of the drywall remain parts. Then I'm gonna install the drywall and mesh and tape and plaster it. It has always been said that you don't need to use too much screws for the drywall. I guess that as long as we have studs behind the drywall, we can screw them. If you have some pipes and wires behind the drywall, make sure that you mark them up like I did here. I marked these parts of the side wall to make sure that I know that this part I can put a screw over here and over here, and the rest might be a risk of hitting or screwing exactly to a pipe. So make sure you don't need to put a lot of screws on the drywall. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 would be enough, more than enough. And you have to check it if it's wobbly or not at the end. There's a point in installing drywalls, which is that when it is possible for you, you have to install a whole drywall instead of sticking pieces together. So for this part, I don't have a lot of options. I just had this big piece and I have to put a piece here all the way. Unfortunately, I don't have a long enough piece, so I have to cut it into two different pieces. Use two different pieces. This is the drywall I have here. So I'm gonna put that drywall install, screw it to the studs over here. But the problem is that the drywall is going from here to here, so I don't have support here. And for this reason, I'm gonna install this stud, this support here, one here and another one here, to make it as much as stable and stronger. And this is the point, that you have to install supports. Even small pieces would help to make it very stable and hard. Now I installed the drywalls, all of them. I think the number of screws is enough, and this is not wobbly. I know this is old and new drywalls, 5/8 and half drywalls, I know, but because this is not a very big piece and they're gonna install a vanity in front of it and probably a mirror, it's not gonna make a lot of difference. So I'm trying to patch it up, install the mesh and then plaster. Now I install the mesh on it, and this part has to be meshed. For the corners, I'm gonna use silicone, not the mesh and tape, for here as well. So let's see what it looked like after plastering. I was a bit in rush, so I tried to plaster it very fast. This is the first coat, not the last coat. I think I have to put 2 more coats on it. So this is the first one. I covered all the areas with the plaster. In this coat, you're not going to be very precise and smooth. With the next coat, you can make it smooth, and we have to, for the next coat, be very very smooth and don't be scratchy like this. Also for the corners I did the same, and for this part here and I'm gonna finish it the other day. So yeah, this is the first coat of plastering for this one. And also I have to fix that part, wooden piece here, and some parts probably for the ceilings. I can't see, maybe that part over there. And yeah, there's a lot of paint scrapes around here too. We have to fix it with caulking and plaster mixed together. Not for this coat, probably for the second coat or third coat.